Right now, your YouTube homepage probably looks like this, or like this, or like this. Point being, it's based on the videos that you chose to watch in the past. Don't judge mine. And YouTube's discovery system works really, really hard to figure out the videos that you personally, individually, would enjoy seeing the most, and then offers them to you. But in the near future, there's a really good chance your homepage won't look like that anymore. It'll look more like this, at least something like this, because it won't be based on what you like to watch anymore. It'll be based on what the government decides you should watch. All thanks, but no thanks, to Bill C11.
The Liberal government is facing accusations it's putting Canadian free speech at risk.
The idea originally was like, let's deal with Netflix and Crave, but it's expanded. And so now we're starting to bring in YouTube and other tools.
What this bill would do is really provide the CRTC the authority to determine, how content is presented to Canadians.
And the change would allow the country's broadcasting watchdog to regulate content uploaded to social media.
Now, yes, this might sound like an entirely Canadian problem to you, but it could set precedent and provide cover for...
The Supreme Court has blocked a controversial social media law in Texas from taking effect.
The EU is poised to deliver a major blow against big tech, but also to internet freedom by potentially chilling the average user's ability to create and post content.
Russia is ramping up its ban on information, a court banning both Facebook and Instagram.
And you may have already watched some of your favorite YouTubers expressing concern.
The Canadian YouTuber community is right to worry that the continued success of their channels could soon be dependent on their ability to make content that's Canadian enough to obtain government endorsement.
Which means that I'm going to get less views and the algorithm's going to go, hey, nobody likes this video that Chris made. Stop feeding it to people.
These people making these decisions don't understand how our business model works and how we're actually contributing to society because they don't bother to ask us.
Under this, because of how it sounds, it seems like Linus Tech Tips would be given the A-OK on promoting his content over Marquise Brownlee, simply because Linus is a Canadian.
The big thing about YouTube is that Canadian creators specifically, and anywhere around the world, can access that global audience. Right. Billions of people, rather than just, 37 million people that live in Canada.
That our whole entire focus will have to shift from serving our audiences, from serving you, to serving the Canadian Radio, Television, and Telecommunications Commission, the CRTC. And that's not hyperbole. That's very much the potential post-C11 dystopian reality that we're all facing. But it's also not the biggest concern. You are. We are. Everyone who watches YouTube.
When we would introduce, sort of artificial recommendations, it would hurt the viewers because then we would be promoting recommendations that they wouldn't be interested in watching.
Because it won't be our YouTube anymore. It'll be one dictated by the CRTC, all because of fear, misunderstanding, manipulation, and, of course, special interest lobbying. Special interests who want to frame Canadians as somehow inferior, less than, fragile, impotent, and totally incapable of competing on the world stage or surviving not even in the global market, but in our own market, which is the exact opposite of the truth. Canadians are some of the best and the brightest. We routinely punch so far above our cultural weight that it's the rest of the planet that should be concerned. And I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. We come in peace. We just want to inspire you and maybe make you laugh a little. But our government is being tricked, bamboozled, gaslit into letting special interests and the CRTC treat independent individual content creators the same way they treat giant media megacorps and individual viewers on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok as cable bundle subscribers. They're being grifted into destroying YouTube's discovery system so that it stops serving us and starts serving them, which won't just hurt the rich, vibrant, diverse set of creators and content already thriving in Canada and from Canada, but will threaten our ability to share our voices locally and internationally, and your ability to enjoy them at home and abroad. See, traditional media stations operate locally and they reflect our culture and our values back at us. But but YouTube and social video operates globally and projects our culture and values to the whole entire world. And that's what's really at stake here. Not politics, because special interests and lobbying don't care who's in power, and politicians don't care what they propose or oppose as long as it's each other. This is about them, all of them being held accountable to all of us. So whether you agree with existing Canadian content guidelines for TV and radio stations or not, YouTube and social media aren't TV or radio. They've broken down all the barriers, all the gatekeepers, and allowed Canadian creators to reach our neighbors and the world, and Canadian viewers to enjoy our work and the work of creators from around the world. It's allowed us to be Canadians for the first time, proudly, unmistakably, unstoppably us, except, ironically, tragically, by our own government. And we just cannot let that happen. So for more information and to learn how you can help keep your homepage yours, not the CRTC's, not the government's, and certainly not the lobbyists, just hit that button on the screen or the link in the description. Smash them. This is so far beyond incredibly important. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.